Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Auni FADHILAH binti Muhammad Nordin. In this video, I will present to you the research about the influence of teacher factors on student learning, a study on motivation, classroom management, and professionalism. Nowadays, many studies only focus on student achievement, but fewer studies explore teachers' perspective on motivation, classroom management, and professionalism together in one study. Other than that, there is limited qualitative research that capture teachers' real experience and strategy in the classroom. Therefore, this study is conducted to explore teachers' perspective on student motivation, classroom management strategy, and teacher personality and professionalism in shaping effective learning experiences. Understanding this aspect is important to help teachers improve instructional practice and create a more positive and productive classroom environment. Other than that, this research is conducted also to explore how teaching practice and teacher behaviors influence student learning engagement. Other than that, it's also to purpose practical recommendation to enhance teaching practice and classroom effectiveness based on the findings of studies. So here my objective research. First, to observe the importance of student motivation in ensuring an effective learning process. Second, to evaluate the effective classroom management strategies that promote a positive and productive learning environment. Third, to observe that role of teacher personality and professionalism in shaping student learning experience. So here my question research. First, what is important of student motivation in ensuring an effective learning process? Second, what are the effective classroom management strategies that promote a positive and productive learning environment? Third, what is the role of teacher personality and professionalism in shaping student learning experiences? There are some literature review that can relate it on my study case. First article is The Motivation Role of Teachers, a systematic review of key factors influencing student academic motivation. It's written in 2025. The method is using systematic literature review, which is analyzing findings from previous empirical studies related to teachers' role and student academic motivation. The findings reveal that teachers play a crucial role in enhancing student motivation through supportive teaching behaviors, positive teacher student relationship, and motivational instructional strategies. Teachers also person who demonstrate enthusiasm, provide encouragement, and create a supportive learning environment significantly improve student engagement and academic motivation. For the second article is influence of teachers' classroom management style on pupils' motivation for learning and academic achievement. It's written in 2020. The method used is quantitative approach, using questionnaires to collect data from pupils, and data were analyzed to determine the influence of teachers' classroom management style on student motivation and academic performance. The finding is indicate that positive and consistent classroom management strategies significantly enhance people motivation and academic achievement. Teachers who apply fair rules, maintain consistency, and manage classroom effectively are able to create a positive and productive learning environment. Article enhancing academic engagement through student perfection of teacher expectation by Frontiers in Psychology also related to my study. This article using longitudinal quantitative study using survey data. This survey is included 702 Chinese middle school students, and the findings is the study highlights that teacher expectation influence motivation and engagement not only directly but also indirectly through intern student processes. The fourth article is article a qualitative study into the personal factor influencing secondary school teachers' motivating style by Frontiers in Psychology. This article using method qualitative interview study, which is the participants is secondary school teacher. The findings is teacher personal belief, motivation, and experience substantially impact their motivating style, whether autonomy supportive or more control in approach. And the last article that related to my study is the effect of classroom management styles on student motivation and academic achievement. International Journal of Learning, Teaching and Educational Research. This article using empirical quantitative study, which is it's included the participant teacher and student across school. The finding is teaching management practice that emphasizes structure, clarity, and emotional support enhance classroom engagement and reduce behavior issues. This article is written by Tranthi and Nguyen in 2025. There are three psychological theories that can relate it to my study. First of all is Vygotsky's social interaction theory. According to Vygotsky, learning happens through social interaction and guidance from more knowledgeable individuals, especially teachers. Students understand concepts better when teachers provide support, scaffolding, and active interaction. Other than that, Piaget cognitive development theory also can be related to my study because Piaget emphasizes that students learn effectively when teaching method match their cognitive level and development stage. Teacher needs to design suitable activity and strategy based on student abilities. And for the last, Bandura's social cognitive theory. Bandura explained that students learn behaviors by observing and imitating others, especially teachers as role models. Teacher attitude, communication style, and behavior influence how students behave in the classroom. So now let's move on to the methodology that I use for my research. For the research method, I use qualitative research, and the data collection method, I use semi-structured interviews, where I make the interview station for both teachers that I meet in physical at the school. And the data analysis method that I use is thematic analysis. Now, let's take a look at the sampling, which is the respondent is the teacher one, Cik Gundrul Iza, which is she is veteran teacher. She has 15 years of experience and she is now is teaching at SMK Rantau Panjang for subject physics. Whereas for my second teacher is Cikgu Umuhani, she also veteran teacher where she already teaching for 18 years and she teaching at SMK Rantau Panjang for AdMed subject. So now let's move on to the crucial part of this research, which is analysis and discussion. For this part, I will explain by research objective. So, for the research objective number one, student motivation as a key determinant of effective teaching and learning, this is the data that I got while I using thematic analysis. So for this research objective, I got three category for this data, which is first is impact of student motivation on teaching effectiveness and learning outcomes. And the subcategory is reported by teacher is motivation facilitators teaching deliver, positive attitudes enhance learning environment, motivation promotes academic achievement, and motivation encourage goal-oriented behavior. For the second category is instructional strategies used to enhance student motivation. And it's also have subcategories there that the both of teacher has their opinion. So for the first subcategory is use of reward to motivate student, verbal encouragement as motivational, engaging teaching approaches increase motivation, and the last is psychological approach enhance student engagement.
Fizik contohnya kita buat reward macam kumpul stiker lah, apa stiker paling.
For the second category is support by literature review, which, according to Liu et al., teacher personal beliefs, emotional state, and motivating styles significantly influence how motivational strategies are implemented in the classroom, which is subsequently affects student engagement and learning behavior. For third category is factor contribute to student demotivation. There's the subcategories there, which is external responsibility, reduce student motivation. Negative student attitude affect motivation. Lack of academic foundation lowers motivation, and negative teachers' behavior reduces motivation. So now we're gonna move on to research objective number two, which is adaptive and student-centered classroom management for a productive learning environment. So for this research objective, I already got three category, the big category there. So for the first category is classroom challenges related to student diversity and class size, which it's has subcategory there large class size challenges classroom management, and diverse student abilities affect classroom control. This subcategory is reported by teacher that I interviewed. This issue can be related to Piaget theory. According to Piaget, students have different cognitive levels and learning readiness. When lessons do not match their abilities, some students may feel confused or bored, which can lead to discipline problems and make classroom management more difficult. So for the second category is teacher adaptability and instructional planning as management strategies. And the subcategories is creative teaching aids, support classroom management, teaching adaptability is essential, and lesson planning with engaging activity improve management. According to Trinity and Nguyen, effective classroom management style, particularly supportive and structured approaches, positively influence student motivation and academic achievement. This already support my second category just now. And for the last category for research objective number 2 is student-centered approaches in classroom management. There are two subcategories there, which is collaborative learning supports classroom control and understanding student aids classroom management.
Cikgu nak fix cikgu punya mengajar tu untuk semua budak boleh dapat. Yang budak lemah, budak pandai.
That's why cikgu kena kenal murid.
So, we already at the research objective number 3, which is my last research objective. Teacher personality and professionalism in fostering positive learning experience. For the first category, emotional regulation and professionalism in teacher conduct. The subcategories state their fair and relative disciplinary approach. Other than that, emotional regulation in teaching. Calm and respectful communication influence students and emotional resilience in teaching. For the second category, professional qualities and competencies of effective teachers. The subcategories state there is first, passion for teaching, second, professional readiness, third, positive professional mindset, fourth, empathy as professional teaching quality, and the lastly, content mastery enhance teacher credibility. I put the evidence for support my second category just now, which is according to Wang et al., student perception of teacher expectations significantly predict their academic engagement, indicating that teachers' attitude and behaviors play a crucial role in shaping student involvement in learning. For the third category is fair and supportive instructional practice. And the subcategories state their structured participant monitoring, supportive scaffolding strategies, and equitable rather than equal treatment. This subcategory is reported by both of teacher. And this subcategory and category is supported by Vygotsky's social interaction theory, which is, according to Vygotsky, learning happens through social interaction and guidance from more knowledgeable individuals, especially teachers. Students understand concepts better when teachers provide support, scaffolding, and active interaction. So now let's move on to conclusion and recommendation. For the conclusion, student motivation is crucial for effective learning. This study shows that student motivation plays an important role in ensuring effective learning. Both of teachers observe that motivated students are more active, more focused, and more willing to participate during lesson compared to less motivated students. Other than that, effective classroom management creates a positive learning environment. The findings also indicate the proper classroom management strategy help create a positive and conducive learning environment. Strategies such as group activity, clear instruction, and understanding student needs helps teachers maintain control and reduce classroom disruption. For the next point, teacher personality and professionalism influence student behavior. This is supported by Bandura theory that explains student learn behavior by observing and imitating others, especially teachers as a role model. Teachers' attitude, communication style, and behavior influence how students behave in the classroom. And for the last point is the study provides useful insight for improving teaching practice. This study offers practical insight that can help teachers improve their teaching approaches and classroom practice based on the real classroom experiences. For possible future research, future studies should consider including student perspective to gain a more comprehensive understanding of how teaching practice affect their learning experiences. Additionally, future research can involve a large sample size or use mixed methods approaches to increase the reliability and generalizability of the findings. For the recommendation, teacher should apply motivation strategies consistently, such as praise, rewards, and interactive activity to enhance student interest and participation in the classroom. These approaches help create a more engaging and meaningful learning experiences. Schools should organize regular workshops or professional development programs to equip teachers with effective classroom management techniques. This helps teachers manage diverse student behavior and maintain a positive learning environment. In other hand, teachers also enhance soft skill and professionalism including communication, empathy, patience, and emotional control, as these qualities strengthen teacher-student relationship and promote better student engagement. Lastly, the Minister of Education should implement continuous professional development s- programs focusing on motivation, strategic classroom management, and teacher professionalism. Structured training at the nation level can better prepare teachers to handle real classroom challenges effectively. So that's all for me. Thank you.